What if it's not about what people have been doing to you, but more about what you've been doing to yourself? What if there are things that you are doing that is undermining your self-confidence right now? In this video, we're going to explore 5 horrible habits that may be undermining your self-confidence and how to get around that. Horrible habit number 1, negative self-talk. And that's that nagging like a little fly flying around your ear, just constantly feeding you negative thoughts. And those thoughts are more like, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough. And it's constantly being fed through your ears, into your brain constantly. Guess what? It's your own voice. This habit just chips away at your self-esteem. Picture this. You have a glass of water, clear water, okay? Now, I'm gonna add dye to that water. That dye, let's say, is black, okay? That dye is your negative thoughts, and we are dripping that into the clear water, your mind, your peaceful mind, okay? And this is just dirtying up this water, making this water not clear, not even opaque, just blacker and blacker, darker and darker, till you can't see through the glass anymore. That is what the negative self-thought is doing to you. Your peace of mind is good. Your confidence is blown. And you're the one feeding yourself that. This is how you can get rid of that. Pour more positive thoughts to get rid of those negative thoughts. The same clear glass that is now dark from the negative thoughts, keep pouring the positive thoughts in there. And you know what's going to happen? That water starts to get clearer. It's not as dark anymore. It starts to get clear. Maybe it's a little opaque. Maybe start getting a little cloudy. But the more you start to put the positive thoughts in there, guess what? It's getting clearer and clearer. Your mind is getting cleared, and all you hear are the positive thoughts. So whenever you hear a negative thought, you have to combat it with a positive thought. You can use some positive affirmation with that. And you have to be careful with the positive affirmation as well, because one, you want to be realistic. You know, I'm not going to say to myself, I can be the next Whitney Houston. I have never sang in my life. I have not been trained. And guess what? I can't sing. I can't sing. I mean, there could be a miracle and God grant me that gift, but it's not realistic right now for me. So I'm not going to feed myself something unrealistic. But I'm going to be, 1, specific about it, and 2, make sure that it's believable for me, because I got to believe it. I got to believe it too, you know? So I'm going to either feed myself a lot of I thoughts. I am good enough. I can do this job. I was hired for this job. I can do this job. Or I may have a verse in mind where it reminds me what God tells me. He tells me who I am. He tells me not to worry. You got to have your arsenal ready, because them negative thoughts are going to come. So you have to get your arsenal ready. Whenever it comes, bam, you say that. That imposter syndrome gone, because you remind yourself that you are quite capable for, let's say, this job. They hired you. You went through the interview process. They hired you. They put you in that role. Why would you think you can't do it? You didn't lie through it. I hope you didn't. But what I'm saying is, feed yourself those positive thoughts, and those negative thoughts will start to go away. Sometimes those are things that you're going to battle with until you really, really make it a habit. So we're going to get rid of that horrible habit and replace it with a more positive one. Horrible habit number 2, comparison to others. You're scrolling through social media and you've created a whole world of this person. This off a 30-second clip. It makes you feel like everyone has it all together and you're not where you need to be. What's that saying? Comparison is the thief of joy. Your joy is gone because you're too busy looking at other people and seeing where they are at. And you know what that fuels? Jealousy. And then you feel inadequate on top of that. That is toxic to your self-esteem. Have I compared myself to others? Sure. I mean, raise your hands if you had. I did. Okay, honestly, I did. But I must say, with age, it gets better, because you start to care less what other people think and you're focused on more important things. But I don't care what age you are, it sometimes happens. Especially in the world we live today, you're constantly bombarded by, I have this, I have this, I have this. So it starts to make you wonder, are you where you're supposed to be? Am I dressing the way I'm supposed to be? Well, maybe I'm here because I'm not doing that. And it's not. It really isn't. And most of the time, I have to check myself real quick. And you have to check yourself each and every single time you're doing that. If you're comparing yourself to somebody, you see, you don't know them. You focus on the gratitude. Be grateful for where you are right now. Your journey and somebody else's journey is not the same. They're going through their own trials and tribulations. You're going through your own trials and tribulations. And guess what? It's going to yield different results for different people. And it doesn't mean that someone is better than you, and it doesn't mean that you're less than either. You have to celebrate your own wins, whether it's small or big, because your goals are your goals, not anyone else's. And focus on where you want to be in life and exactly how you want it to look, not comparing it to other people. There's a difference between inspiration and trying to duplicate someone else's life. Focus on yours. Focus on your journey. And if you find yourself comparing yourself to other people, then maybe you need to limit that access. If it's social media, maybe you need to cut that off. Whoever it is, cut that off, unfollow. Maybe you need to limit the time that you're on it, period. Whenever you get in that feeling, if you have a journal, write something that you are grateful for in that moment to replace that one. I've learned if you're going to pray away a certain spirit, invite the better spirit. Like if I'm going to pray the spirit of, pray away the spirit of jealousy, I'm going to invite that spirit of gratitude. I'm going to invite that spirit of peace, joy, and while I'm praying to get rid of that other spirit. So you want to replace this comparison to others with focusing on the gratitude. Horrible habit number 3, and that's focusing on past failures. Oh my God, I was so big on this one. It's like you did something 5 years ago and you are causing this past failure to haunt you for the next years to come. And do you know what that does? One, yes, it does kill your confidence, but it stops you from moving. You're in this constant cycle of regret and then self-doubt. Because I felt like I made that mistake, I was afraid to move. So I just didn't do anything because I didn't want to make that same mistake. That was the wrong thing to do because 1, it delayed me. 2, it didn't make me feel good and it did kill my confidence. I was afraid to make mistakes. No, there's no one perfect. We're going to all make mistakes. And I had to learn from those mistakes, that those mistakes were my testimony. You learn from those mistakes. Transform those failures into lessons. That mistake can be somebody else's blessing for them to learn from. So don't dwell on it in a negative way. Learn from it and move on from it and then let go. Horrible habit number 4, unrealistic expectations. And this is basically setting goals so high that you can't meet them. And guess what? What happens when you don't meet them? You get disappointed, you feel like you're a failure, and you get frustrated. Your unrealistic expectation can also lead to burnout because you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing yourself. You really may never obtain that goal. Maybe it is that I am going to lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks. That is unrealistic unless you're doing it in a very, very, very unhealthy way or with the help of surgery or medication. But I'm just saying the regular way, like the exercising, eating right, that is unrealistic. That's not going to happen. After those 2 weeks, you told yourself that you're going to lose 30 pounds. You're going to feel like a failure. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't meet my goal. So how do you replace this horrible habit with a better one? First, set realistic goals. Break down your goals to achievable steps. If it's a large one, break them down into smaller tasks and then make sure that each step is for whatever time frame or milestone that you have to reach. Make sure that it's realistic and that it's specific, and that will help you meet that goal. This kind of coincides with the SMART method, which is SMART, where your goal is specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, R is relevant, and T is time bound. When you set it up that way, you're more likely to meet your goal. But you still have to be realistic with each one, like about the time frame and exactly what it is that you're trying to do. You're trying to avoid burnout and frustration later on. Regularly assess where you are in the process or in the steps of your goal, because that is a time to reassess when you realize, maybe I was a little too ambitious in this area. Maybe I wasn't ambitious enough. You want to reassess and then reevaluate, and then maybe you have to change up the plan a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. Seek support from your friends or mentors to stay motivated. And sometimes your friends are pretty good at telling you, I don't know. I mean, If you truly know it's a vision given to you by God, okay. But sometimes they're gonna tell you, "You sure about that?" Keep that in mind. I'm not saying to change everything completely because of your friends or your mentor, but if they have been there and done that, kind of keep that in mind, okay? And not be so quick to dismiss it. Lastly, you don't want to be too hard on yourself. Give yourself a little grace, give yourself some compassion. Recognize the efforts that you put into things. Sometimes we're just really too hard on ourselves. And the last horrible habit is avoiding challenges. And that kind of goes with your past failures. And this is sometimes you either not wanting to make a move because of mistakes, or you just don't want to get out your comfort zone. You avoid the challenge because you want to stay in that little box. But this can stop you from really, truly seeing your true potential. You need to take the opportunities that are presented to you. How many missed opportunities were going to really help you grow beyond what you even could imagine? Sometimes those challenges are just like, again, lessons for you to learn and grow. The solution to this is sort of a mindset shift where you embrace the unknown. You don't see challenges, you see opportunities. You don't see a roadblock, you see, ooh, I can take this way. You see the detour. And you might see something different over there that you could use later. And after each new experience or a challenge, reflect back and see how much you have grown. Okay, so to boost your confidence, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of negative talk. We're going to stop comparing ourselves to others. We're going to let go of those past failures. We're going to set realistic goals, and then we're going to embrace the challenges. Remember, you are capable of great things, and a lot of the times you're the one that's getting in your way. So in the comments, let me know which of these horrible habits that you're getting rid of today. What has been stopping you from doing the things that you want to do? I love to hear it in the comments below, and we could chit chat. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you.